Hey, this is Richard Lynch. You're watching ilovelimerick.com, and today we're at the Southill Area Centre to speak about Southill. So Jen, can you tell me, how has the Southill Area Centre changed Southill? What is like the feedback you've got from the community?
I suppose with all the different activities that take place in the centre, the feedback has been really positive, that it's centrally located, there's something for everybody to do. And what we would find is people come in and they say, look, I'm really glad there's actually somewhere to go after dropping the kids off from school in the morning, to come in and have a cup of tea in the cafe, or for the kids in the evening to have somewhere to go in terms of the youth club activities, sports hall, and a big winner is the bingo every Wednesday night. That's been a huge draw for people all over the community. Place for people to get back together, for friends who moved out of the area to come back. And what we found is that the feedback is that it's really helped to contribute to a sense of community spirit again in the area, so we're delighted with that.
What are the amenities and services you offer here from the centre?
There's a whole, I suppose we could say, cradle to grave really. We would offer a number of services ourselves. One of the big things we do is the community cafe. So the Hill Cafe is open every day, doing breakfast, lunch, scones. There's a healthy eating ethos around it. So, we make it affordable and easy to make a positive food choice for people. That's a really good place for people to come in and meet informally for a cup of tea or lunch. People can also get takeaway food. So if you're living on your own and you don't feel like cooking, it's a great way to just get a nice meal in the evening. We would have sports facilities, including a handball alley as well. Handball is really big in the community, so it's been great to be able to offer something like that. There's other frontline service providers then that work out of the centre. So the Irish Traveller Movement have an office. There's a group called Rural Community Care. There's an after schools club. Southill Family Resource Centre creche service, the O'Malley Keys Community Office, Southill Action Centre. We also have our own youth work team, Southill Club Together, and they would work with young people from kind of between 10 and 25 who are, kind of going to school, not really doing anything else with their spare time in the evenings. So they come here, they do sports, social activities. We do kind of personal development programs with them to help them to develop as people and to be able to make really strong positive choices for themselves. So we also make space available then for other community groups, and we're involved in anything that goes on really in the community that we can help out with.
How has it changed since the centre came?
It's tremendous, because it's a meeting area for everyone. It's a meeting area for bingo, old folks, tea parties, young people as tonight. So in general, it is the only place to have to go, really. I was on a committee, and 15 years ago we were promised this centre, and it only got up running 3 years ago.
And how do you feel that the media contributed to bringing Southill down?
Cheap stories, really. They came, they did a quick story, read us everywhere they could without even knowing what was going on. They never reported good things in the area. It was always bad things. If they opened their eyes down through the years, they would have seen an awful lot of good things.
Did you have misconceptions about Southill before you actually started volunteering in the resource centre here?
I probably did, like a lot of people, but not so much as people would have outside of Limerick. I think my attitude would be that you need to get to know the people in the area before you kind of maybe carry through on those negativities. I think really a lot of people have negative thoughts about people from other areas in Limerick, and until you get to know people you shouldn't really pass judgment.
For anybody coming in from outside, they have all these prejudgments when they start off, and they just think that, okay, it's dangerous, look after yourself if you're going there, watch your back and things like that. That's the biggest thing I see that people think about when they come here. But when I started working here as well, and I'm not from Limerick, I had some judgments, but as a youth worker you try not to judge anybody. So once I started working here, then all that was just disappeared straight away. The people here are absolutely brilliant,
What do you think is the greatest misconception about Southill?
That it's a complete no-go area. People would say, oh, you can't go up there or something will happen. And that's not the case. We would have people coming from all over the city since we opened different kind of events. We had an award-winning Argentinian theatre company did a production of Samuel Beckett's Happy Days shortly after we opened. And that brought people into the community who would not traditionally have ever had any reason to come.
Tommy Tiernan.
And Tommy Tiernan has done 2 gigs in the centre, so really big draw. It's great for people to come in and see something that is really positive, and to come into the community and say, do you know what, I've had a good experience here, nothing happened. And it's, you know, it helps us to challenge people's misconceptions about what the community is like.
I have to say, since coming here, like, the people here are so great. And people don't see that, like you said, they focus in on one or two families and the negatives. And all I've seen is positive here. All the young people I've worked with, they're so good. Like, they've made me feel welcome into their community. And it's a community that everyone says such negative things about. So, no, I love it here, and I'm hoping to come back.
And do you think that the future of Southill rests with the youth of Southill?
I suppose in the way that it rests across Limerick and across Ireland, you know, the young people are hugely important. The population in Southill is very youth heavy in terms of percentages. So kind of young people under 25 would make up kind of quite a large bulk of the population. So supporting them to see their community in a positive light, to challenge all the negative stereotypes that they have put on their shoulders as kids because of where they're from, and to let them see the really good and positive things that come with being part of this community, then, you know, giving them the strength to make those positive choices is going to be good for Southill overall in the future.
I'm so proud to be from here, because people think because you're from Southill you're not going to go nowhere in your life. You know what I mean? I went to college, I have a degree, you know, I bought my own house, I have my own car. Do you know, the kids up here, they just need to be pushed a little bit more in the right direction. Yeah, they do. Yeah, and it is hard when you're living in a regeneration area where you don't have an awful lot, like, but people need to respect that. I was actually born and bred in Southill, and I feel that I come back into the community now. I kind of want to give something back.
What other supports do you think we could put in place for Southill?
I suppose if you look at it on a national level, it's around government policy and departments like departments of education and justice and the environment all working together to support the kind of regeneration process that has started in the community, and to continue to recognise the real value of investing in Southill. Putting money into this community is going to pay dividends in the long term when we support young people to really make the best out of this area and the best out of this community. And I think just for Limerick people as a whole, as a city, we need to all be proud of Limerick and to be proud of every part of it, and we all need to work together to do that.
What do you love most about Southill?
The people. They're so down to earth. Like, my mother still goes next door for a bowl of sugar and a cup of milk. I'm like, ma'am, I'll go to the shop for you, I have a card out, you know. Years ago, like, you had to walk. And she said, no, I'll just go next door. She'll give me a cup of milk tomorrow.
The people in Southill is one thing anyway. Definitely the young people, you can meet some real characters here. They can throw all sorts of stuff at you, but, you know, they're still young people at the end of the day. And, you know, that's what I like about the place. I like working here as well in this centre, because there's so many different people that come in and use it every day, and you can meet from the young person that we work with at the youngest age at 10 right up to elderly people that we work with in the Men's Shed project who are up to 80 years of age. So there's such a variety of people that come into this centre, you know.
So what do you love about Southill?
I love the people, the whole place in general. I'm living here 42 years, although I have lived since January with the regeneration. But I loved every minute of the 42 years. The people of Southill are unique in their own way. You'd actually have to live there to find out what it is. And everyone knows everyone else. And if you don't know them, you know their fathers. If you don't know their fathers, you know their grandmothers.
I love the people. That's what makes the job really positive experience, I think, for everybody. It's the people who come into the centre, it's the people who work here, the people who access our services, people who come from across the city to visit the centre. We've had groups coming from all over the country to see what we do here. The team that's in place are really positive. I think they create a great atmosphere. So I know the staff that actually work here make a massive contribution to what we do and to it being successful. But I think it's the people in the community who are really strong and who are resilient to all the negative things that have happened and are making the best out of something positive and seeing good things for the future.
This is Richard Lynch. You've been watching ilovelimerick.com. We'll see you soon.